Hey, fellow problem solvers, Colfax Math here. Today we're going to look at graphing a sine curve. It's for our IB class that uses this Oxford text. This is IB Math SL AA, and I'll have a full playlist for this class as well. So when you're graphing these sine curves right here, before you even start, you need a roadmap, and that's your general equation. So here's my general equation, where A is amplitude, C is horizontal shift, D is vertical shift, and B gives me my period. If this value right here, your independent variable, is x, then I am in radian mode. If it is theta, then I am in degree mode. The other thing I need to know besides my roadmap, my general equation, is my parent graph. A sine graph starts at the origin, goes up to 1, back to 0, down to -1, back to 0. So before I manipulate it, squeeze it in or out or up or down and shift it up and down and over, this is my parent graph. Because it's theta, I'm in degrees. This is 360, 180, 90 quarter cycle, 270 3/4 cycle. I have a 5-step process for this. Step 1 is mark up the equation. So this right here is my amplitude. That -3 is not a sine graph. That negative is telling me it goes, every value that's positive is now negative. So that -3 is going to flip that thing over like that. Any value that's positive will now be negative. Just going to flip it over like that. This 2 right here in our general equation would be that D value. So this is a vertical shift. I'm actually going to just sketch that right here so I don't even forget to flip it over with that negative. And then my period right here, again, because it is theta, I do 360 divided by 2 to get 180 degrees. If I had a domain like theta is greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 360, I would have to draw 2 cycles then, right? Because if one cycle is 180, and my domain is a total distance of 360, 180 would fit in there twice, so I'd have 2 cycles. Okay, step 2, label your y-axis. So the things affecting the y-axis are going to be this value and this value. So these 2 things right here affect my y-axis. From 2, I go up 3 to 5, and I go down 3 to -1. Step 3 here is label the x-axis. So step 3 is label the x-axis. This value right here, this period, is going to affect the x-axis. And if there was something else, like minus 90 degrees, that would affect the x-axis as a shift. But we're not going to look at that yet. So we just got that 180. So step 3, label the x-axis. I start at 0. I end 180 degrees later. Half of 180 is my half cycle at 90 degrees. Half of 90 is 45. That's my quarter. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1. So 3/4 is going to be a quarter plus a half, or 135 degrees. Step 4 right here is put in your critical points. Critical points. You're picking your parent graph to do that. It's in blue here. It's going to start at the origin because it's sine. It's going to end at the new origin. And in the middle, it'll be there as well. Because of that negative, it's going to go down and it's going to go up. Because of that negative sine graph, the whole graph is flipped over like that. And then lastly, step 5 is go ahead and check your work. I'm going to just pick any value and plug it in. But if I pick a critical point, it should be an exact value. So I'll just pick this point right here, 180. 180 times 2, 360. Sine of 360, my unit circle, right, would be 0 over 1. So this whole thing right here becomes 0. 0 times -3, 0, plus 2 is 2. So at 180, my corresponding value is 2. So I could see that's correct. All right, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. Thank you for watching.